Hey, Matt here with Sober Cigars. So, Southern Draw, it's a cigar brand that I haven't really dove into and checked out. So I got a sampler pack that has a few different ones, 5 or 6 different ones. So, and we're going to start off with the Connecticut, which is this one right here, the Southern Draw Rose of Sharon. I probably need to adjust some light a little bit, but anyways, does have a closed foot. Went with a straight cut on this one. Anyways, I've heard a lot of good things about this. I've never had one myself, so let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Oh, real quick, fun facts on it. Wrapper, Ecuadorian Connecticut. Binder, Nicaraguan. Filler, Nicaraguan, and Dominican Ligero. Anyways, here we go. And the size on this is the 6 by 52. 6 by 52 box press. Anyways, I'll see you in a minute. I'm gonna fire this thing up. We'll get about halfway through, come back and see what we think about the Southern Draw. All right, here we go. So we're into the second third, as you can see. God, my lights are just kind of okay. There we go. Rose of Sharon, burning good. It did start to tunnel on me. You can kind of see where the tunnel was at, but I was able to get it corrected. The flavors, things started changing and how it was drawn and all that, and I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? Tunnel, no. So, anyways, it corrected. So it's all good. What did we kind of get here? I wrote down some notes. I need to get a little whiteboard like Cigar Carpenter. Like he does. So some notes I got here at the beginning part. Cedar, mild pepper. Mild, it's a little stronger on the retro, but not bad. There's a little bit of florality. Touch of brown sugar, toasted almonds. And I put that it's almost like if you toasted some almonds, put them in a pan, you're toasting them, and you put some brown sugar on them. They kind of got a little caramelized. It's like that. Not super strong, so it's not like, oh my gosh, this is super sweet. Everything's just kind of, this thing's definitely a light to medium or a medium minus. Is that a thing? It is now, medium minus. The sweetness, once I go into the second third, is turning more like, it just kind of reminds me of like caramel, again, really mild. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is just straight caramel. Nothing like that. The florality kind of starts to dip off a little bit. The woodsiness, if you will, is kind of kicking up in the second third as well. So far, so good with the florality and everything. I'm not a big floral kind of guy, but it's good. As of right now, I don't know if this is something I would get more of, but I'm enjoying it, So far, it's a thumbs up as far as it's a good cigar. If it maintains what it's doing here, I'll probably still give it a thumbs up, but it won't necessarily be something that it's like, I want to get a bunch of, but it's something where if it came in a sampler pack or somebody sent me one, I would definitely smoke it again. But it's way too early to call that. We're just into the second third, right? We haven't even taken the bands off. So this thing could take a nosedive or this thing could skyrocket. Who knows? Anyways, we'll find out. I'll be back in a second. All right, and we're back. So got this thing down to, we're well into the final third. I still got a few more puffs on this thing. For me, the final third was the best third. Not that the first, second, middle point and all that was bad, but it just it keeps developing. For me anyways, it just kind of kept developing. It kept changing. This thing is not a Connecticut that's going to be a one note. It's not just, it's not just peanuts, some creaminess, and a little bit of a, because some Connecticut's for me, they got kind of a bitterness to them. And this had that a little bit, but it would kind of come and go. Not in a bad way. So I'll give this a thumbs up. I'm changing my rating system, by the way. there's just too many in-betweens for this. So like I give it a thumbs up, but I'm not necessarily going to go out and buy a box of them, but I'll get more of these. You know, I'll have a few and I'll keep in rotation here for when I want a Connecticut with these notes. So some of the things I pointed out here, towards the end of the second third, the toasted walnuts with brown sugar kicks in again. It came back pretty strong. So this was really, the cigar was like this with flavor notes. And I don't mean like dipping down like, this thing sucks, oh, it's good. I mean the transitions, it's slowly transitioning throughout the whole thing. Pretty wild in a good way. Florality stays in the background. And like I said, I put down here a touch of bitterness, but it's not like, oh, it's bitter, not like an acrid, not like if you're getting, you know, sometimes you'll get some oils kind of develop at the cap. Not like that kind of a bitterness. Okay, so it's not going to make sense. Anyways, moving on. Let's just move on. Oh yeah, I pointed out that this would be great with a nice, for me anyways, a nice dark roasted black coffee or an espresso. This would be paired great with that, in my opinion. This is definitely a different Connecticut, different in a good way though. Final third is the best for me. I already said that. Nuttiness, creaminess ramps up, and that caramel, the sweetness turned to more of a caramel on the long finish. And that was nice. So all in all, like I said, you got some sweetness there, kind of a brown sugar, and it's in the background. This isn't like, oh my gosh, this is a sweet cigar. Just kind of on that long finish. A little bit of brown sugar with the toasted walnuts. I think I said almonds or something earlier. I didn't mean that. I've meant walnuts from the beginning. But anyways, then it kind of transitions to like what clicks in my head as more of a caramel note. And yeah, pretty good. The toasted walnuts stay throughout. It just kind of ramps up sometimes and lowers down a little bit. The cedar is always there. The florality, if this thing would have kicked up more with florality, I wouldn't have liked it. But it was just enough and kind of there in the background to help kind of even things out. You know what I mean? So all in all, a pretty good cigar. If you haven't had it, you should try it. Not too shabby. Like I said, it's one that I'll end up snagging a couple and just having them in there in the humidor for me. I'm not going to buy boxes of it, but it's good. I'll come back to this one. So anyways, I'm just like repeating same stuff over and over. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being here, and see you next time.